Good day, everyone. I'm Vince Kamunkana, and together with my groupmates Mary Joyce Rota and Solkan Bakaron, we'll be discussing an interesting topic, which is the process of evolution. In this report, we'll explain how evolution happened and the different process evolved. So let's start.
In 1835, when Darwin visited the Galapagos Island, evidence to indicate that living things have changed gradually during their national history.
The study of fossils, as well as biogeography, embryology, molecular evidence, and comparative anatomy, such as homologous structures, analogous structures, and vestigial structures, provide evidence for evolution.
So, it said in 1835, Darwin visited the Galapagos Islands. There he found evidence showing that living things changed gradually over time in their national history.
Scientists study different kinds of evidence to support evolution. These include fossils, the distribution of animals and plants in different places. So the distribution of animals and plants in the different places is called the biogeography. And the embryology. So embryology, this is a study of how embryos develop. So in short, embryology is a study of baby formed before birth.
And molecular evidence. This is the study of DNA, proteins, and molecules in living things. If two species have very similar DNA, it means they are closely related. So for example, human and chimpanzee share about 88 and 99% of their DNA. So it means human and chimpanzee are related, which is the study of the molecular evidence. So last but not the least, the comparative anatomy. So this is the study of body parts of different animals to see similarities and differences.
In comparative anatomy, there are three important types of structures, which are the homologous structures, analogous structures, and vestigial structures. So first, the homologous structures. These are body parts with the same origin but may have different function. So, for example, a human arm and a bat wings. It had a same origin but they had a different function. So as we know, human arm is used for grabbing things or picking things, but bat wings is used for flying or hugging themselves when they're asleep.
Second is analogous structures. So these are body parts with different organisms but have same function. So it is an opposite of a homologous structures. So for example, the wings of a butterfly and the wings of a bird. They had the different origin but have a same function.
The third one or the last one, vestigial structures. This is a body part that no longer have a clear function but show evidence of past use like human appendix or wisdom teeth. So in short, vestigial structures are leftover parts with little or no function.
So there are four groups of evolutionary. First is the monophyletic, paraphyletic, polyphyletic, soft polytomy.
Monophyletic group is called clade, which shows one common ancestors until all descendants share a common characteristic, including their more recent ancestors. So it means all the organisms in the same group came from one common ancestors and share the same characteristic. So for example, all birds came from one ancestor, so they from a monophyletic group. Paraphyletic group. This refers to a group of organisms with similar characteristics and originated from one recent common ancestors but shows different characteristics from the other descendants of the recent ancestors. So it means this is a group that also came from one ancestors, but not all descendants are included. So for example, reptiles are paraphyletic because birds also came from reptiles, but usually birds are not included in the reptiles group, so that is a paraphyletic group.
Polyphyletic group is it include organisms that originated from the same ancient ancestors but not related at all in terms of their most recent ancestors.
So it means this includes organisms that may look similar but do not share a recent common ancestors. So for example, dolphin and a fish both live in the water and look alike, but they are from very different ancestors.
The last but not the least, soft polytomy. It indicates more than two immediate descendants. So it means that from one ancestor there are more than two immediate descendants. It shows that scientists are not sure yet about the exact order of branching.
There are types of organism. First is fossils, are remains of organisms and were grouped to be used as evidence and basis for further classifications of living things. Fossils are remains or track of organisms that lived long ago. Second is phylogeny. Phylogeny is a group of organisms from evolutionary history from Greek word phylon, which means tribe, and genesis, which means origin. Phylogeny means that evolutionary history of a group of organisms. Third is phylogenetic tree. It can be read like a map of evolutionary history. Rooted phylogenetic trees have single lineage of the base representing a common ancestors. So phylophyletic tree it is like a map of diagrams that shows how organisms are related through evolution. The root represents the common ancestors of all the organisms in the tree. Fourth one are structures of phylogenetic tree. A type of terminal node. Basal taxon, sister taxa, polytomy, and root. So terminal node represent the current species of organism. Basal taxon, the lineage that evolved early and did not branch again. Sister taxa, two groups that share the common ancestor. Polytomy shows more than two descendants coming from one ancestor. Last is the root, the starting point that represent the older ancestor. So, the fifth one of type of organism, the branch point. It is the point where split occurs. So, it means this is a point in the tree where one ancestor group splits into two or more new groups. So, the sixth one, basal taxon, lineage that involved early form that root and remains unbranched. Just like I said, it is a root and did not branch again. The seventh one, the root, shows that ancestral lineage which gave rise to all organisms on the tree. It means it shows that original ancestors that give rise to all the other organisms in the phylogenetic tree. That's all, thank you. And once again, I am Vince Carmoncano and my team member is Mary Joyce Rota and Solkan Bakaron. And that's all for today's reporting.